Hello, this is Lisa Phillips, video blogging for Bigger Pockets. Today's episode is contingency when purchasing a home as is. Sometimes many sellers want to purchase a home as is, and they're really telling you they're not going to put any money whatsoever into the property. However, you need to know as a buyer, you still have two very big protection. And this is really going out to new investors who haven't purchased yet, but are worried about putting down a large down payment and what their recourse is if they find out something. So if you put a big earnest money deposit, it is okay. If you go ahead and put two things that are in every real estate transaction bid when you're purchasing a home. The first contingency is that the purchase of the home and the sales contract is contingent upon a satisfactory home inspection, and two, that the purchase and the sales contract is valid contingent upon financing from a third party. I'm going to go into both and how they can really offer you a lot of protection. So the first contingency is the home inspection contingency. And it just basically says that you will like the home inspection process. So even though it's sold as is, there are still things that you are going to go and see. And if you don't like what you discover after you get a licensed professional to go look at the house, be it something in the foundation or roof or chimney that you were not aware of before, then you are not held to the sales contract and you will be getting that earnest money deposit and check back. This is a really huge buyer protection, and you just need to make sure you need to see the length of time. You know, sometimes you have 5 days, sometimes 10 days, sometimes 15, and whatever your comfort level is how long you will want it. When I purchased the first home, I had a 15-day home inspection period, but now when I buy for investment purposes, it's down to 5 because I've already vetted it and I know I can get a home inspector out there very soon, and I want it to close as soon as possible. So it all depends on your comfort level, but that is one huge recourse that you need to know about, just in case you find something out. The second major contingency, even if the property is sold as is financing is contingent upon a third party. So if you're paying cash, you will not check this option because you're paying cash. However, most buyers out there are using a mortgage or are getting a loan from a banking institution. If the third party, for some reason, they see something on your taxes they didn't know about when you got pre-approved, or maybe they see some activity in your credit report that skews your debt to income ratio that they didn't know about, or maybe they find out something about your job that makes you ineligible for that loan product. There's many reasons that at the last moment your funding can go through or not go through. It can be FHA or a VA type loan that has a lot of government oversight, and they might come in and say, the condition of the house as is, we cannot lend against it unless the buyer changes this, 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 and this. Another one that's included might be a termite inspection, where, depending on, or an addendum, that if an inspector sees that there was any previous termite activity, that the mortgagor or whoever's providing the loan or mortgage for you to purchase the property will not lend against it unless it has been through remediation. The current property that I'm purchasing now was shown signs of previous termite activity, but it also shows signs of traps and that someone tried to remediate the issue. However, even though there is no current activity, the lender had us write an addendum that says even though this property is being sold as is, they will not lend against this property without official documentation that a termite control specialist has went in and remediated, and it's officially documented. So even though it's sold as is and that they said they wouldn't pay any money for any repairs, their choice is to go ahead and pay about approximate $1,000 here in Virginia to get the termite remediation taken care of, or our mortgager will not lend against it. We would get our deposit back and they would not get the money for the home. As you can probably see, they put as is, but when it comes down to it, if it's going to come down to them paying $1,000 and getting their house sold, they're probably going to do that just so that they understand that it is contingent upon a third-party mortgager, and that is one of the basic standard guidelines across the country that they have to abide by. So the reason I wanted to make this article is just so everyone out there who is new to the investing process know that these are the two basic and standard contingencies that are included in all bids that are submitted to purchase a property. And if you have any questions, make sure you ask your real estate agent very clearly and loudly about the specifics on either one of those to make sure that your interests are protected. They've always been there, but I still ask all of my real estate agents in each new city and state that I do, just for my own peace of mind, to make sure that I'm not coming up against something different in a different locality. So thank you very much. This is Lisa Phillips, video blogging for Bigger Pockets.